I feel like it would be that again, like them kind of needing to make up for this or needing to like really do the heavy lifting again, which honestly makes sense why they think that, because it's their guilty conscience, like we got in part 1, right? I kind of want to know if this, like, why you guys are on each other's minds, or if this person, I don't think that they're coming back in anytime soon. I can't right now. You have to be patient. But this just seems like a little check-in. I want to know for you, how you're like actually viewing this person right now. Because I think in the first 2 parts, we got a lot about how you were how you were viewing the actual separation here and what led to it, and like a lot of reminiscing on that. But I want to know how you actually feel here about this person and what you're wanting, because there's a reason this person's on your mind like this. So, hold on. How you're actually feeling towards this person right now. Yeah. We have balance. I'm immediately seeing that as like an equal mix of still frustrated about the situation and how it turned out and how long it's taken this person to come back around, and also like love and understanding, because it does seem like balance. And then we have fear and doubt. Looks like it's an even balance between fear and doubt. I feel like you're worried that this person's not going to come back around. You also doubt that they will. I feel like you're scared if this person would come back around, like what this would be like. And then we have envy. I also feel like you know that maybe you have struggled with jealousy about your knowledge about this person's partners in the past. And if you guys were both single and this person was living their life and they were single, or if they were acting single, guilt and then freedom. They weren't that free, it looks like, but they feel guilty about maybe acting single. I feel like you have fears about how you'd be able to handle this person being in your life again. Knowing that like a lot of this maybe is something that you haven't fully healed with this person. I don't know if you have had any connections really since your last communication with this person. I kind of feel like you've been in your like you era. You've been really focused on you, but we can kind of look into that. I kind of want confirmation of like what you feel fearful about. Yeah, loneliness. I don't think you've been in a lot of connections here. And then pride. You could also kind of have this vibe of like men suck, or like women suck, or you might feel, I love myself and I see myself in everyone. I know that I am never alone. I feel like you do want love and connection. And I feel like you might feel like you're in your most empowered version of you by not being in a connection right now. But I do feel like when you actually sit down and you're in your feels about this, I think that you feel like you know that part of the reason why you stay single is because you were hurt. You were really hurt in this connection by this person. And so it's like, no, nobody really deserves me. But you're showing up as a Queen of Wands upright. It was about happiness there, and then health. Like I don't think you're just like in denial, right? I think that part of you does want connection and wants love, but I think you're choosing like the single route, or you're choosing like the focusing on me route. Like you could be celibate, you could be really trying to balance out like how you feel about your life and what you're wanting before you put yourself into a connection. Service. I think you're also maybe getting clear on like what your standards would be, or what you would need someone to provide for you, or what you'd like need someone to provide for you if you were gonna get into a connection. But how do you feel about this person coming back? I think because maybe you have fear or doubt that this person ever is going to come back, with loneliness and pride, I kind of feel like part of that is you maybe feeling like whatever good, like they don't want me in their life, like they don't deserve me. But I think part of it is like you still get upset, or you still get a little bit triggered or mad or activated when you think about this person not coming back around. And so I don't think you guys have, either of you have gotten to a place where like you actually fully are like back in your heart space about this person. I kind of feel like maybe you didn't even want to face a lot of the actual intense feelings of like grief. I think there's a lot of unprocessed grief about your connection with this person, but you kind of started getting into your Queen of Wands energy. You just sort of, let's get it moving. Let's grind. Let's focus on, let's alchemize it, right? Which is not, it's not a bad thing at all. But I do think that it hits you most when you actually sit and think about this person not coming around, or you get in your ego about it and it's like, fuck them. Spying. You might feel like this person is watching you or looking at you. I don't think this person has had any access to you for months. Social network information ways. You're like, they have their ways. That could be the case, but I feel like they haven't. Trapped, stuck, tied down, captive. You're probably like, yeah, no, this person looks at me, and if they have anything, like any view of me online, or through other people, like, yeah, that's all they get. Like, they can stay stuck there and view me through the looking glass or whatever. Intimacy, bonding, sexual, confiding, sensual, sorry. Past life, deja vu, repeated patterns, karmic lessons. I feel like you haven't been like in a long-term relationship with anyone since this person came back around, but I also feel like you might feel like I was saying in part one, it seems like this is just confirming that if this person were to come back around, you maybe know that the intimacy or the like the passion, like that you have had a kind of a pattern of being blinded by it. And because of that, you might feel like you would just get looped or trapped back into a loop of like a karmic loop with this person. And I think that part of you is staying away because you feel like, silence, frozen, no words, a stone wall. I feel like you have to be silent with this person. So you've stood on business here, but you also know your weaknesses. You know your weak points when it comes to this person. So there's really not any of this that is like lovey, except we got intimacy, which I'm seeing as like your physical and like pillow talk, right? Hoping, expecting, faith, manifesting. There's complete silence here, but I do feel like I feel like you'd be manifesting this person out of your ego a bit. I'm not gonna lie. It's reminding me of like, you are manifesting this person back and you're just manifesting the person, a message from the person, John or Brandon, right? Like you just want them. And if they come back in, they're, hey, and they hit you up, can I take you out? You're not really focused on like what I was saying about these other connections, you getting really centered on what you're wanting from a connection and like earth in which you'd want to be provided for. If you're just like, you have it in your mind that you're just wanting this person, then when they come back, you're just gonna get that version of that person, that karmic version of that person where, yeah, you got a message from this person, or yeah, they came through and you're not, in dead silence anymore. But that's coming from a place of our pride, or us just like wanting to, it could be like prove like, yeah, no, they always come back, like this one came back. But meanwhile, you're wanting that. You're the one that's wanting that. I feel like this person knows you